course, all the determination to get to where he is right now in this level of baseball and to pitch in the major leagues. And you think about, you can count on this number of hands, how many Mainers have been playing in the major leagues the last couple of decades. Billy Swift, Mike Bordick, Mark Rogers. How's that for a select company right now? Not too bad. With our pleasure right now, Los Angeles and Maine's very own Mark Rogers.
Thanks for coming up here, Mark, and just what Norm said, I mean, 5th overall pick, being from Maine, it's a great story.
I feel very fortunate. I played with a lot of great baseball players in Maine growing up, and I just feel like I was the lucky one. I got this great opportunity, and I feel like I get to take advantage of this opportunity not only for myself, but for my family and for this community, and for all my friends who helped me get to where I am today.
Now you're getting, I mean, for the first time when you go to be a pro, you're playing more. I mean, you're throwing more, you're down with better weather, but it just has to be a tremendous run, and I know you've overcome some injuries right now, but man, you bounced back nicely and had a great finish last year.
Yeah, last year was the pinnacle of my baseball career up to this point. There's been some very low points. I had shoulder operations, a couple of them, and I went through those, and there were some times when I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to play catch, throw from here to the end of the room, let alone try to get a major league hitter out. So to be back to where I got to get that September call up and pitch in the big leagues was a tremendous thrill for me, and something that I will never take for granted. And it gives you a different outlook on what it is like to be in the big leagues. I'm sure Ryan can talk about that. I mean, once you get there, it's one thing to get there, it's a whole other thing to stay there. And once you get to experience life there, it really makes you want to get back.
So you go up, September 10th was your first outing in the big leagues. Take us through when you're told that. Is it just a paralyzing feeling when they tell you you're going up there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so thankful. September 10th was my first day in the big league uniform, and I think it was, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you walk into that clubhouse, and it's everything you wanted in one day, and it's right in front of you, so your mind's going a million miles an hour. You're out, I mean, no pitcher likes to shag BP. You go out there to shag BP every day, and I had so much fun shagging BP that day, I couldn't believe it. And I was so lucky that I got to pitch that day. I mean, I got to pitch my first day of the big leagues because I think if I had to wait around for a week or 10 days, it could have been overwhelming. So I got to pitch that first night against the Cubs, and it was amazing. It was the best baseball experience of my life. And
you made a couple starts, and just finishing the season, doing well like that, I mean, that can really help you going in the off season. Now it's a small sample, but it still has to feel good, getting up there for the first time and succeeding.
Absolutely, yeah. Success is a great feeling, but as great as success is, I learned a lot from the failure in my life as well. Going through those surgeries, I learned a lot about myself and what it takes to be prepared to pitch, and what it means to stay healthy and what it takes to stay healthy. And I think that is a major reason why I was able to get to the big leagues, and I think that is a major reason why I'll be able to stay, because you learn a lot about yourself, about the determination, about the hard work, and what it takes to be there. And to go up there and have a little bit of success kind of solidifies in your mind what you're doing is correct, and what you're doing it has you on the right road. So I just believe in routines and working hard, and I think it will eventually pay off.
So what's the off-season been like for you? When does the pitcher, I always wonder, when do they start working out again? Do they throw? Do they do nothing for 2 months? What's it like?
Everybody says off-season. I think that term is used, it can be used a little more loosely. The off-season, it really isn't existent, I don't think. You take a little bit of time off after a long season like that. I think our season ended in October, and this was my first season pitching into September. So I took a little bit of time off, but really if you don't take the time to go out there and work out and stay on top of your conditioning and throwing, then you fall behind rather quickly. So I started throwing again in the middle of September. Middle of December I started throwing again, and I really started working out again in the middle of November. So I've been going pretty hard since then. Slowly started working into the throwing in December, throwing 2 or 3 times a week, and that built up to the point now where I started to throw bullpens and getting ready for that February 13th date where we all report and get things underway.
That is the great thing about Major League Baseball, with being more money in it now, where in the 50s and 40s and even earlier, those guys worked in the off season. You get the you get to work on your craft, which makes you, I mean, that's, like you said, it's a 12-month thing, so
Yeah, it's
you go
definitely-
in feeling prepared.
Yeah, it's a full-time job. Being a professional baseball player, looking at it, you think that the guys show up. When I was a kid, I used to go watch the Sea Dogs all the time when I grew up, and I thought that those guys showed up to the park at like 5 o'clock and me for the 7 o'clock game. And little did I know that you get there, I'm at the park at 1 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game, and getting prepared to do all the things that I need to do to have success on the field. And I'm sure these guys, the players who've been up here tonight, can speak to that. It's a full-time job, and but it's very rewarding. There's nothing I'd rather be doing, and it's a great. I couldn't think of anything better.
Now, have you looked at your schedule this year?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you know what I'm going to add.
I know exactly what you're talking
Okay.
about, and I would love to. I'd love to get the ball on those days when we come to Fenway Park.
Yeah, 3 days, and usually main day is on that June 17th through the 19th. So, Mike, if you don't mind requesting that if Mark's up there, that they have main day at Fenway. Okay, one of those 3 days. That would be cool.
That would be excellent. That'd be excellent.
Charlie, have you planned? Yeah, we'll take care. We'll just make it main day, even if it's not. But
Well, I think it would be anyway. The people in Maine have been so supportive for me and my family and everything that I've gone through. Not only my family who's here tonight, but just the entire community going through my surgeries and going back to the All-Star game, not the All-Star game, the senior, my last game as a senior, the state championship game at Hadlock Field. I'm so blessed to be from Maine in this small knit community where every time I come home, I see people who support me and who have checked up on me on the internet. And it's in such a big world out there when you meet all these people and you travel around to come home and to see all these people that really care and really know your story. It's great. And I feel like when I'm out there on the road, I'm representing Maine, I'm representing all my friends, all these people here, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity, and I look forward to continuing to do that for a long time.
now, there's a couple guys. Tim Fairchild, is he still pitching in the minors? Wasn't he in the Asper system?
Yeah, he was with the Expert system.
Have you had a chance to talk to him, or?
Yeah, I actually played with my brother for a little bit at the University of Southern Maine, and I got to talk to Tip a little bit, and it's just, it's such a great, it's great because there's great baseball played here in Maine, and we don't have the luxury of the great weather that you have in Southern California and Florida, but there's a lot of good baseball players here, and I look forward to many more of them getting into professional baseball and continuing to show the rest of the country that we know how to play baseball here too.
The Brewers websites had some really good stories about you, talking about how you really established yourself again after the surgery and having a really good chance to make the Brewers rotation. But it was nice to see. I went on their website and to see some stories about you. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. The Brewers have been a great organization. I went through two really tough years, and you're absolutely right. They've stuck with me the entire way, and I'm so fortunate to be on this side of it. Looking back at the surgeries, it's just a growing experience, a learning experience for myself, and I've become a better person and a better baseball player because of those experiences. And I definitely have the Brewers to thank. They got me through that, and along with my family and my wife who's here. So I'm very fortunate to be where I am right now, and it's a long way from 2007 to 2008 when I couldn't even play catch, but I'm happy to be where I'm at now.
I'm sure fans want to know this too. When you're there for the first time, is your heart, when you're in the big leagues at first inning, is your heart pumping, or were you able just to kind of zone out a little bit? Is it tough?
It's tough, man. I think anybody who said it, it's an out-of-body experience. It was awesome. I really felt like I stepped back off the mound after I picked up the ball the first time I pitched, and I looked around, and if it was 2 years ago in 2007, I was laying on the table, with a ball in my hand, looking around like, am I going to be able to throw this thing again? Now there's 30,000 people watching me throw it, and it was just such a great feeling for me, and it really made me believe that really anything's possible. I did not think that there was a chance to be back there, but I had a lot of support and a lot of hard work, and it paid off. It was all worth it.
How about hitting? That's pretty cool. You get to hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky I get to hit in the National League. I don't know how well I'm going to hit, but it's fun.
Yeah. What's it like just being around some of those guys, the big league guys?
It's a great experience. I got to spend a little bit of time with Trevor Hoffman, who was with the Brewers, who just retired, and just to see his work ethic and to see how much effort they put in to winning and to getting themselves prepared to be the best that they can be every single day is impressive. and you can see why they have such long careers. And if I could say one thing about being in the big leagues, and one thing I learned, it was that everybody there is working for the same goal. Everybody has the same incentives, and they all work together to achieve that. And I think that's pretty special when you have 25 grown men in the room trying to do the exact same thing, rooting for each other, pulling each other on in the right direction. Is pretty special. It's a great thing to be a part of.
Well, Mark, I feel like I know you because there's been tremendous support from the media. A lot of people talk about you, and we followed you, and it's great. It's a great story, and continued success. Thanks for coming here tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Great job.